guess we're gonna do another one just to show you guys. Trying to get the FC going again. I've been driving it way too much and I have to take care of it. So today we have someone come here to fix it, which is not much use. Don't fall, man. And you're doing house calls now, man?
Hell yeah.
Look, this is the thing. You can't adjust it independently. So wow, how come it's not equal?
What you tell me? What'd you hit?
I don't know, man. It's always been like that because it has like a bar in the center of the car that does by the diff in the front. It has a bar you can adjust the camber, but it's never been equal on both sides. That's what you gotta do, man. I don't know.
What the hell? It's just never been equal. Is that really what this bar does? This PVM bar?
Yeah. Yeah, it's camber adjustment.
Sick.
There is Mochi. You're good to go now. We ended up adding a little bit of toe in the back so it helps with the forward grip. What am I doing with this thing? Why is it not running it? Right now we're still waiting on the housings to come back from Virginia. So the engine's just sitting right here. Just sitting right here collecting dust. Thanks Mike. He's still making me wait on it. Come on Mochi, let's go fix the FC. Alright, so today I have to put yet another transmission in my car. This one broke at the last rotation, which was Andy's tires. I broke second gear and like the actual like linkage. And because I just kept going from first to third, I ended up messing the 30-degree synchro. So I have another transmission here. I'm selling that one. You can see this already fits tight. You can see it next to the CD09. That shit does not fit. You have to hammer the shit out of the car. I don't want to do it to this car. So we're just gonna start taking everything apart and put the transmission, and then next week put the new diff in it so we can actually go test the car out, because I have to get this car ready for final bout because we signed up a bunch of FCs to do final bout. Right, Mochi? So right now I'm just gonna lift it up. I'm using the quick jacks on it that we can actually like do it quickly. So a little cheat mod. They're super cool. They actually fit the car. I have to take the side skirts out of it, and it raises the car up just enough that I can work on it without messing up my back. This is cool, huh, Mochi? That's it. You go all the way down, all the way up, and then once you go down it falls in the locks. And that's it. Now we get to do the fun part, which is going under the car for a couple hours to take everything off, the exhaust off, the transmission, like all that crap. So far, drained the transmission. The oil is full of metal, of course. Just drained the oil, super dirty. Pull the dry shaft out. So next up would be to start taking everything off the car so I can pull the transmission out. See, this thing is really dirty. Race gas, poor maintenance because on my end, because I was just too busy. But that's out of the way. The dry shaft actually came off really easy. Before when I had the non-turbo rear end, I had the turbo to non-turbo drive shaft, and it just sucked. It wouldn't come out easy. I take the whole exhaust off, but now the whole exhaust is still in the car, and I was able to pull the drive shaft out. Bless you. But somehow I need to figure out how to clean all this shit under the car. You see, just from driving it, oil leaks, dirt, and everything is super dirty under the car. So I need to figure that out next. Keys. Mochi, it's not your car. So now the car turns on way faster. Yeah, so this thing's running like a champ. So fix the brakes. And then I have to go this week to the DMV because this car has not been on the road since 2002. And I want to keep the nice old tags on, so I have to go to the DMV. What is it can do? A VIN verification on the car, and then let me register it. Because it needs to go to Virginia. I'm gonna try to put the transmission back in, but I ran into one little issue, which I didn't really notice before. But, so this is from the old transmission. And this is the new one. So you can see there really is a big difference. So I don't know if before the other transmissions also had this little guy right there, because when you put it in here, so when you put the correct one in there, see how it just stays on perfect. And then come on one hand, and then when you put the other one under, you see I just, so I don't know, I never paid attention, but I don't know if this was some of the issues that I had where the clutch wasn't really working right because of all the play on this, because you can see just it goes up and down everywhere. So I just gotta, when I get to the shop, I just gotta look at the old transmissions to see if this was the problem, why the car just would kind of go into gear sloppy. And I always thought it was my master and slave. But you're gonna swap it out for the big one. Just put it in there, put the fork on it, put the throttle bearing on it, and then throw the thing back in the car. I put the transmission back into the car, and I kept looking at the knuckle. You can see the ball joint bolt is almost backing out. I put everything together about a year ago, so that's a problem. I had to constantly check the cars because stuff does come loose. I think like last month, this bolt's different than this one because this one came off completely. Like I didn't like look at it; it was loose and it fell off. So it's the same thing with this one; it could fall off. So now that I have the car in here, I'm just gonna go through everything and just double check that everything is tight, so I don't have any more close calls like last month. No, I don't even work on the car, how dirty it is. Super drained. Ended up having to do the transmission twice because after I had it in, the safe cylinder would not bolt up because the fork was like, I think it was binding on something. So I had to do everything over again, even though I had like the dry shaft, everything on. Just had to take it all apart, redo it again. Now it's done. Now I gotta put the fluids, but when I drained the oil, I noticed this shit. So I don't know who put that kind of crush washer on here. This is why my car's always had a little oil leak. So I'm just gonna get rid of that and put one of these. But yeah, just gotta pull this shit out, put one of these in, and then bye bye oil leaks. I don't know why the hell someone will put this under. Simple fix. Put everything back together, and then well deserved burnout. So I'm gonna go try the transmission. I'll make sure it's good. So I'm just gonna go around the corner somewhere in Mexico and let it rip a little bit. And see how paper thin this thing was compared to the new one. That's flat. So correct way. Don't be this guy. Car's back on the ground. First just down there, so I can work on it. Tomorrow I have to put the brakes are right here. My friend Chuck got it for me. I just gotta get brake lines for it. But right now we're just gonna go out and test the car out real quick with Mochi. Just make sure the car's running perfect right now. Oops. I do run the Redline water wetter because this thing has no coolant at all in it. Sometimes it overheats in the track and you don't want to put coolant down in the track because people can crash because of it. So water and water wetter is what I use on my car. The only issue it has right now is the shifter. I think it's bent from when I hit second and it broke. So to get it in, I thought to get it in gear. After that is cool. So I think get a new shifter and then try it out again. Hopefully that'll be it. I'm tired of doing transmissions. But other than that, I mean, it drives perfect, no whining. So I mean, this might be a good one. I miss driving this car so much. Passed the test. Old girl still got it. I still have to do the diff just because doing a burnout, it works, but when I'm in the track and I go to transition, it kind of unlocks because it's an old clutch type. So next up is taking the diff to get built, and then once it's built, same shit again, put it back on the lift, drop the diff down, fix it. Kind of proud of myself, I did it all by myself. I usually have people help me do the transmissions, but it was a pain in the ass, but it's done. Thing runs perfect, like always. It's been sitting for at least like 4 weeks before I did this to it. So 4 weeks sitting and runs perfect, but I can't drive it. Super sad because my brother never sent me my registration. So sad boy, have a running car that I can't drive. I might have to make another trip to Virginia because of cuts, yeah. So I have to fly to Virginia to register the car and fix my license because there's a little bit of hiccups because of it. It's mostly the blue version. And the thing is on the road driving when it's been out for like 3 years, but they don't believe me. So I have to go fix my license, register this car, to take all that shit so I can drive this car around again because this thing is a beast on the street and has not been long in a garage sitting forever.